Now, let's get on in here, family. This is my opinion on the whole Kendrick Lamar and Schulz situation. Now, as the whole world knows, Kendrick Lamar dropped a fire album, G and X, on November 22nd. That was the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated, and fun fact, my mom's birthday. On G and X, the very first track called Whacked Out Murals. He took shots at, well, they weren't really shots, but, he went at Lil Wayne. But I wouldn't call them shots or him going at Lil Wayne, but everyone's talking about how he went at Lil Wayne, and also Andrew Schulz. Now, the line that Andrew Schulz was offended by was when Kendrick said, "Don't allow no white comedian to talk about our black women, that's law, or joke about our black women, that's law." Now, Kendrick's line was mostly towards black men, basically saying, black men, we need to stand up and stop allowing people from outside our race, outside our culture, to talk about our women, to joke about our women, to talk bad about our women. We got to stop doing it, and we got to stop allowing others to do it. So that's basically him talking to us as black men. Kendrick said no names. He just said, don't allow no white comedian to joke about black women. That's law. Now, a lot of people on Twitter was going and saying, hey, that's Andrew Schulz all day. That's Andrew Schulz. But Gary Owens responded. No one cared. I forgot what he said. But then Andrew Schulz responds 2 weeks later. And this, to summarize his point, is basically saying, hey, rappers for years have always disrespected black women, saying, oh, shut up, B, you are, H-word, I'm going to slap you up. So essentially saying, hey, if y'all can say it, how come I can't say it? If y'all can disrespect black women, how come I can't disrespect black women? But the thing that Andrew Schulz is missing is the fact that in the black community, we don't like when our women are disrespected. We're trying to stop that. We're trying to stop our women from being disrespected. We don't like music that portray our women in a negative light. We don't like music or movies or anything that portray us in a negative light, black people in a negative light, right? So that's the thing that Andrew Schulz is missing. Because us in the black community, I like the argument when white people be like, oh, how come y'all can say the N-word, but we can't? We don't want, when we say the N-word. Black people such as myself and other black people in the community are trying to be like, yo, let's cut this out. We shouldn't be trying to say the N-word. That's degrading. There's nothing cool about it. None of that is cool. We're trying to stop everybody in our community from saying the N-word. So we're trying to eliminate that. So when you say, how come we can't say it? Because we don't like, so when white people say, how come we can't say it? We don't like when we say it, right? So he went on, and to me this went a little too far. He went on to say, if Kendrick and his boys was to meet up with me, yeah, they would beat me up. But if it's just me versus Kendrick, oh, I'm a basically assault him. I'm gonna assault him, and all he could do is sit back and think, is it consensual or not? So I don't know if I can say it on TikTok, but basically sexually, SA, SA, I'm gonna assault him. All he could do is sit back and think, is it consensual or not? First of all, Andrew, that's too far, because in the black community, that's something we don't play about. Because basically what you're joking about and what you're talking about is called buck breaking. What is buck breaking for y'all that don't know? Quick synopsis of buck breaking, B-U-C-K, buck breaking is when the slave masters will take the biggest, the strongest slave and assault him in front of the other slaves, basically emasculate him. S-A, emasculate him in front of the other slaves to say, hey, your biggest and strongest slave is beneath us. He's just like a woman. He's weak. So it's That's nothing to joke about because of that history. And that's why when we talk about black men in dresses and all that, we take offense to that. Because for so long, and beginning with the buck breaking, that has always been the agenda to emasculate the black man. So talking about all that stuff, it's not a joke. It's not a joke to me. It's not a joke to other black people. And that's why he's getting so much pushback about that line. Like, bro, that's too far. That's too much. And Charlemagne, I'm shocked and surprised at Charlemagne. For someone who's an advocate and who stands up and says, hey, it's not, like who stands up and who stands against sexual assault. I hope I get my video taken down. Who's against SA, against women, should have told Andrew, like, yo, that's too far. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do nothing like that. You don't come out and say something crazy like that. He should have been the first to check Andrew, but what he's doing is standing by his homeboy's side and cackling and laughing and thinking it's okay. Like, nah, Charlamagne, you should have put your boy in check. Because I don't want to hear nothing about it's a joke and First Amendment rights when somebody, I don't know if it'll be Kendrick, I don't know if it'll be someone from Kendrick's team, pop him in the mouth, and then you talking about, oh, First Amendment right is just a joke. No, we don't joke that way. We don't joke that way. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. Talk about you emasculate a man. And not only that, he brought up South Park and Family Guy, but no. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, that's too far, bro. Way too far. We don't joke like that. We don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? When, South Park, they talk about, South Park and Family Guy, when they talk about black people, they make their offensive jokes. It's like, all right, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. Andrew Schulz ain't funny. I'm sorry, his jokes ain't funny. And I find it very interesting that a Jewish comedian would say something like that, because I guarantee you, if we make jokes about the Jewish community or say anything about the Jewish community, we'll be canceled. Video will be taken down. We'll be flagged for hateful speech. But you can talk about black people all day. You can talk about SA in a man and emasculating them. That's funny to you? That's a joke to you? That's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Family Guy and South Park don't joke that way. They may say something like, they may mimic how we talk or how we act and be like, it's funny. Like, we could take a joke, oh, that is funny. We do say that, or we do act like that. That's, okay, that is funny. But Andrew Schulz ain't funny. I don't care about him being a comedian because he sucked. He ain't funny. So Andrew Schulz, you took that way too far, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Charlamagne should have put him in check for that. And that's my opinion. Peace.